Hey, are you low on coins and need some more? Look no further than InstantMaddenCoins.com. They offer instant deliveries and 24-hour support on all platforms. Use code Ryan at checkout for 10% off. Yo, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another Madden 17 Ultimate Team video. And in today's video, we do have new competitive players in the competitive set. Here we're 1 out of 14. I guess we did the competitive master, but nothing else. Unless it doesn't, I don't know if you could repeat these, but I've never really done one. But we do have a new repeatable competitor set here. You add 200 competitive badges to this set to earn a 95 to 97 overall player with a unique competitor chemistry that boosts a specific position group when activated. So of course you guys do have to add 200 competitive badges. I'm nowhere close to it, but a lot of people may be that have been saving their competitive badges. And we're gonna go ahead and switch on over to the Mutthead screen right now and show you guys the new players and go over what their new chemistry will do. Alright guys, so here we are on Mutthead, and we have all the competitors from Earl Thomas 97 to Willie Snead 95. We do have Earl Thomas, Tyron Smith, Ronald Darby, Clay Matthews, Lamar Miller, Sheldon Richardson, and Willie Snead. So let's go ahead and start with the Earl Thomas. It is a 97 overall, and the highlight of the new competitive set, the new competitors, we do have a 97 Earl Thomas here with 92 speed, 95 acceleration, 95 zone coverage. He does have 79 hit power, 90 pursuit is another great rating on him, 92 jumping, 93 awareness, 95 agility, 83 man, and then of course we do have the new secondary chemistry boost here, and that is going to be +1 to play rec, +1 to man coverage, and +1 to zone coverage. Now what I'm thinking is every single one of these new cards, like it does say secondary, boosts all players in the secondary. So free safety, strong safety, free safety 2, strong safety 2, cornerback 1, cornerback 2, cornerback 3, maybe even cornerback 4. I'm not sure if it's only going to be the players that count in your lineup. I don't know if backups are going to take into effect, but they might. But it is going to boost every single one of your players in your secondary. At least it's going to do it for the starter. So at least free safety 1, strong safety 1, cornerback 1, cornerback 2, and cornerback 3 for sure. Those will definitely get a boost. So that will give you +1 to man coverage, +1 to zone coverage, and +1 to play rec. And of course, if you also pair it with the Seattle Seahawks defensive chemistry, you can get yourself +1 to zone, +1 to man, and +1 to hit power. Also, if you get tier 2, +1 to tackle, +1 to pursuit, +1 to play rec, man coverage, zone coverage, and an additional hit power. So you can get this card all the way up to just about 99. And I'm sure if you use some sort of motivator card that may boost zone coverage, you could definitely get it up to 99. Just based off of these alone, you're going to get up to, well, basically what it's saying here is it's already boosted to 95 because of tier 1 of its secondary boost. So that's 95. Then you get 96, 97, and tier 1 and tier 2 of the other things. So if we activate those, you guys can see 97 zone coverage, 81 hit power, 82 tackle, 85 man, 95 play rec. And maybe if you could find a card, I'm not sure if they do have one, but a card that boosts zone coverage to 2, you will be able to get this card to 99 zone coverage, and it'll be one of the best free safeties in the game for sure. And I'm sure the overall rating will go up to at least a 98, maybe a 99 if you're lucky, and that is going to be the Earl Thomas. So let's go ahead and move on now to the Tyron Smith. And of course, this will probably boost your entire offensive line with awareness, with pass block, and run block. It does have Dallas ×2, so everybody loves the Dallas chemistry. So let's just go ahead and say you guys have tier 2, and it already starts you off with tier 1 because it does have Dallas ×2. Let's take a look at that first before we go into tier 2. But with just Dallas tier 2 or tier 1, and then the offensive line boost here with the new chemistry, you're going to start off with 95 run block and 94 pass block with a 91 impact block rating and a 90 awareness rating. So let's bump that up to tier 2, and you guys can see here we get up to 96 run block and 95 pass block. Definitely going to be one of the best, if not the best, left tackles in the game for sure. Everybody loves that Dallas chemistry. Everybody at least has like a Zach Martin on their offensive line, and that'll help you guys boost up to around tier 2. So definitely a very, very good player right there in Tyron Smith. Moving on now, we do have Ronald Darby. Now, Ronald Darby is a very special case because he's always a super fast player. He always has, kind of really bad hands. He doesn't really have a good catch rating, but let's go ahead and take a look at what we have for this card. And just as I said, wow, 95 speed, 96 man coverage, 92 zone, 91 play rec, and of course 64 catching. And you know, who really cares about the catching? When you have 95 speed and you have 96 man coverage, that's insane. Like, that is straight up a great card. The secondary boost will give you, of course, like I said, 1 to play rec, 1 to man, 1 to zone. So let's say you have the Ronald Darby also with that Earl Thomas. You're going to get this card up to 97 man coverage. And then let's say you get the lockdown tier 1 and the lockdown tier 2. He's up to 98 man coverage. Then you have the other, you know, competitor, the Earl Thomas. That gets you up to 99 man coverage with 95 speed. That's probably one of the best, if not the best corners in the game. I know he's only 5'11". I know people really like the taller corners, but having 99 man coverage is such a huge thing where you're probably not going to get beat on, you know, double moves. You're not going to get beat on quick post routes. He's going to be able to follow the receivers on any drag, any, you know, slant across the field. He's going to just be all over everything. The only thing you need to really worry about is that catch rating, which is only 64. So not only is this going to get your Ronald Darby up to a 99 man coverage with the Earl Thomas, but Earl Thomas will be very, very close to 99 zone. So you could have a 99 man and a 99 zone player in your defensive scheme. That'll be pretty nasty. I mean, Ronald Darby, definitely, we have not had a bad card yet. Earl Thomas, Tyron Smith, and Ronald Darby, very good cards. Let's move on to the Clay Matthews, which is going to be a 95 overall left outside linebacker. And this is going to be a linebacker boost here. It does give you +1 to tackle, finesse move, and play rec. And Clay Matthews is going to come in with 87 speed, 90 acceleration, 91 tackle, 95 hit power. He's also going to come in with an 81 zone coverage and a 69 catch rating. If you want to use him more in the pass rush, he does have a 93 power move and an 82 finesse move. So this is actually a kind of a rare thing to see. They actually came out with a card with something that boosts all your linebackers' finesse move, but Clay Matthews is actually more of a power move linebacker if you want to use him in the pass rush. So kind of defeats the purpose of the card, in my opinion. I think this is one of the worst ones that we have. If you also activate the big hitter chemistry that he does have up to tier 2, you can get up to 97 hit power. He will have 95 pursuit, 93 tackle, 93 play rec, and up to 82 finesse move, which I don't think that really affects it, but nothing affects his pass rush in terms of power move, but it will be a decent card coming off the edge. I mean, if you're trying to, you know, use him as more of a pass rusher instead of more of like a zone coverage guy, I mean, you could pretty much do both, but in my opinion, this is, it would kind of upset me if I got this one out of everything else that we've seen so far. Nothing, no disrespect towards Clay Matthews. I'm sure he's a great card. It's just that he's not as unique as the other cards. I think the other cards are very, very unique with what they do, and it helps out a lot. I mean, Clay Matthews will help your other guys. Let's say you have a linebacker that's really good at the finesse move rating, then it'll definitely help out. But, you know, so far, Clay Matthews is not one of the better ones that I've seen. Now we have a Lamar Miller. So the 95 overall Lamar Miller does have the new backfield chemistry, and I'm not sure what that's going to affect. I guess it will just affect all players in the backfield. Does that also include the quarterback? I'm not sure, but yeah, I guess it is going to include the quarterback. So +1 to awareness, carrying, and throw accuracy medium. Then he also does have chain mover. So let's say I paired this up with my Steve McNair that I have, then I'll activate the chain mover chemistry tier 2. It'll give us a total of +3 to throw accuracy medium, 1 to throw accuracy short, actually 2 to throw accuracy short, 1 to catching, 1 to route running, and it does look like 1 to catch in traffic. So also it'll boost the awareness, carrying, and throw accuracy medium. So this card will max out at 93 speed, 93 acceleration, 95 agility, 93 elusiveness, 94 ball carrier vision, 92 juke. The trucking is only at 78, and then it'll also have 75 catching. So, I mean, it's a decent card, don't get me wrong. It'll be nice to pair up with a chain mover quarterback to get that throw accuracy medium almost all the way maxed. I'm sure it will definitely help out McNair, who was really good at throwing the ball short and throwing the ball deep, and definitely will help with the throw accuracy medium. So, you know, pair this up with like a Steve McNair, and I'm sure you guys will love this card. It can pretty much do whatever you want, except, you know, truck maybe the way you want to with like a Derrick Henry type guy, but Lamar Miller will still be a very good card. Moving on to the next one, we do have Sheldon Richardson. I'm sure this will boost the entire D-line, and that's exactly what it's going to do here. +1 to power move, +1 to block shed, and +1 to play rec. And we're going to go ahead and activate the inside blitzer, tier 1 and tier 2, just to see what it maxes out at. And it does have 81 speed, which is very good for Sheldon Richardson, 88 acceleration. He does have 91 block shed, which is kind of low for a guy like Richardson, so I'm not really digging that. But 98 power move and 81 finesse move. It'll max out at 98 power move, unless you add in, let's see what position he is. So right end, I'm pretty sure the Olivier Vernon's a left end. So if you activate that, wait, does he? No, I think the Olivier Vernon gives you block shed, not power move, but there might be a way to get him up to 99 power move, just not sure right now. You know, Youngblood does have a lot better chemistries than the Sheldon Richardson, so I'm sure a lot of people would still want to use him. And this guy actually says that right here. It says, I want to use him, but Youngblood's chems are too good. I definitely agree with that, but, you know, Sheldon Richardson, I'm sure a lot of people might get this one. It seems like a card that would be the most common out of the new set, so it's definitely not a bad player, just not as good as those first couple. We have not seen anything as good as the Earl Thomas, Tyron Smith, and Ronald Darby yet. So we're going to go ahead and finish off with Willie Snead. And Willie Snead is going to boost all your receivers here with +1 to awareness, +1 to catching, and +1 to route running. And then, of course, if you pair him up with a deep threat receiver or maybe a quarterback and get that tier 2, he's going to max out here at 92 speed, 96 acceleration, 90 agility, 93 catching, 93 catching traffic, 92 spec catch, 95 route running, and 90 jumping. So definitely a very good player. Kind of comparable to a dude like, I almost want to say Terrell Pryor, but definitely not the height. His stats kind of look like Terrell Pryor a little bit, except for the route running, which is super high on this card, 95. Probably like a plus, what is that, like a +10 over Terrell Pryor's 95 overall card. So I kind of view this as like a smaller, better route running version of that Terrell Pryor card that we've seen. That is going to be the competitive players, in my personal opinion. If you guys get Earl Thomas, Tyron Smith, or Ronald Darby, you're pretty much in the money. That's probably the best 3 cards that you could possibly get. And then probably a tier down would be like a Lamar Miller, and then you know, all the other 3 cards, Clay Matthews, Sheldon Richardson, and Willie Snead, are probably the ones you really don't want to get. So Earl Thomas will probably be going for over 1 million coins for a little bit at least. I'm sure he'll be like probably like 1.3, 1.4 mil, maybe even 1.5. Tyron Smith, of course, will be over 1 million coins. Ronald Darby, I could see him being like 800k to 1 million coins. And then, of course, Lamar Miller, probably like 800k. And then Clay Matthews, Sheldon Richardson, and Willie Snead will probably be around, you know, 600k for a while, and then possibly drop down to 500. Just right away, if you guys want to do these sets, try to sell the card instantly, because they're definitely going to go down as time goes on. So if you have 200 competitive badges and you get Earl Thomas, sell it for the max amount of price you can, because I promise you he will go down. And that's going to be the end of this video. So very good set. I actually like when they do stuff like this, where you have a chance to get something good, kind of like the flashback promo that they do, where you have the chance to get the good flashbacks, you know, from the old games, when you have to do like flashback packs. So this is kind of like a flashback kind of thing to me, but a way harder version of it to get those competitive badges. So it gives more incentive to people to play online, to try to get these cards, and I definitely really like it. So if you guys did enjoy the video, please go ahead and give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.